Some of you have noticed some of the trader evaluation companies have been switching to a company called Deel when it comes to payouts. So I want to go over it. I know it's confusing at first because out of nowhere, these companies are using a company. Let's Deal is the actual website. I just want to explain it really quick. I've used it with a few of the companies now, and it's not just in the trader evaluation space. Basically, to explain it, Deel is kind of a third-party payment processor that makes it easier for the various companies, whether it's trader, evaluation / funded companies, or in general, they just pay contractors. So anywhere in the world where people work for another company, Deel basically takes away the burden of the company having to deal with multiple payments. And I've actually put together a very sophisticated image for you guys to take a look at. Let's take a look at that really quick, and then I'm going to come back to Deel. And the other part I want to cover is the pricing to withdraw. So here is the sketch I made. I know you're thinking there's lots going on here. Let's explain it. The top half is how things have been, and the bottom half is how things are now. Now, not every single company has switched to Deel, but some of them have, and I wouldn't be surprised if more of them do. So it used to be you would have a funded account with whichever company. I'm going to keep it generic. Every single trader's, putting in withdrawal requests, whether it's, once a month or once a week or whatever. Oftentimes companies would only have 1 to 3 sort of withdrawal methods, and they would have to manage it, right? Like this is probably a full-time or part-time job for an employee at the funded company to, handle all the requests for payment, take the money out of their accounts, put in the payment with whatever payment processor they were using, and then pay each trader, right? Trader A, Trader B, C, D, and the list goes on. So here's the account, the funded company, I should say, here's the traders receiving their money. A lot of work for the companies. Well, companies like to outsource, and I don't blame them, especially as companies grow. And, I'm going to go out on a limb and say most companies have more than 4 funded traders doing withdrawals. Think of some of the bigger ones, probably have hundreds, possibly thousands of people doing withdrawals. Let's say hundreds. That would be a lot to handle. So Deel basically acts as the intermediary, and there is some benefits, there's some downsides to it, but basically now the funded trader program can basically go, okay, all these people made withdrawal requests, let's say in total it's $100,000. We'll just give Deel the $100,000. Deel will handle paying each of these people individually. We don't have to deal with all of the individual payments, we don't have to deal with, and I'm using the word Deel in terms of the company and Deel in terms of Deel, D-E-A-L. The funded company doesn't have to deal with changes. Also, taxes for U.S. traders who would normally maybe receive 1099, etc. Deel will take care of all that now. The funded company, burdens off of them. They just take all the requests, aggregate the amount, send it to Deel and say, here you go, pay all these people, put it in their Deel account. So as traders, each person would then be required to set up a Deel account. It's free to set up the account, and it's fairly simple. So what happens then is, let's say, Trader A here requested a $5,000 withdrawal. Funded company sends their aggregate funds to Deel. Deel then sticks that in Trader A's account. Trader A then has several withdrawal methods available to them. Let's take a look at that. So this is the benefit, but also the downside. Just a sec. I brought up the fees, but the fees kind of also show the different methods that are available. You can do bank transfers, and depending on which country you live in, there's either no fee. Swift, which is a wire transfer, there's a $5 fee. You can also withdraw to Coinbase, 1.5% fee. PayPal, 2.5%. Payoneer, 1%. Revolut. I know some of these are only available in some companies, or some countries, excuse me. I know that. Revolut, I know, like, for example, isn't in Canada. I know that much. Wise, available pretty much worldwide. This is what I use. Zero fee, which is nice. Or the Deel card. If you're in a country that sports the Deel card, they have like a little debit card they'll give you, and you can just spend the money right out of the account. Now, depending on which of these you use, this might be good or might be bad. So, for example, if we were with a trading company that didn't previously support crypto withdrawals, well, now you can get crypto because you can do it. You'll be getting your money in a Deel, and then you can elect to withdraw it to Coinbase. So you do have to have a Coinbase account, obviously. So plus sides there, you have some options. Downsides, you're going to pay a bit of a fee on it. So I will say the other thing, too, is it kind of added a slight delay of maybe a day, because now the company, instead of sending the money directly to you, sends the money to Deel, and then Deel needs to move it to your account. And that took, I would say, on average, an extra day. So not the end of the world, but a little bit of an extra step there. So good or bad, like it or not, it is what it is. A few of the companies use it. I don't want to say which ones because I feel like there'll be more added on and I don't want to stale date this video. But basically, if you're with a company that uses Deel, one, yes, it's a legitimate company. It's perfectly fine. They're basically just outsourcing their payment processing, if you will. Gives you some options which you might not have had before, but you might also pay a small fee for that. So guys, there you go. There's the quick intel on Deel. If you're seeing this and you are not a futures trader, you just happen to stumble upon it because you were trying to figure out what Deel is. Everything I said basically applies to any realm out there in the world. If you work as a contractor for a company, they're just using Deel to act as kind of this in-between payment provider and take some of the burden off the company itself. So there you go, guys. If you